Our first look at a Cavalier from Virginia, and it's Jarod Verkleeren, the graduate student. Really enters this March very hungry. He missed out on the NCAAs last year. Had a good season into the ACC dual portion of the schedule last year. Told us he felt good heading into the ACC Championships. Well, what happens? He loses a couple of one-point decisions a year ago, misses out on the NCAA. So here he is back in year 2 in Charlottesville, trying to take care of unfinished business.
Talking to Coach Garland this week, he said that it was kind of a breakthrough with Verkleeren this week. He said he looked so good, and not only did he say it, his workout partner said, hey, Jarod is feeling really, really good. It's one of the things you think about. They wrestled earlier in the season, and Verkleeren had a dominant win, so you wonder what oh, good foot sweep there. Underhook to a little foot sweep. As I said before, when you wrestle the second time around, you wonder what are you thinking? Am I trying to keep it close if I'm rolling? Or Verkleeren is saying, I don't have to work as hard. But that was a pretty slick foot sweep there.
This is an area, let's see what Verkleeren does. This is an area that he has really improved with the coaching of Garland and the Paulsons at Virginia. He said when he was at Penn State, he really had a tough time riding anyone. He told us he has felt that he has really made leaps and bounds in this area of the sport, and he will go to work on Patrick Rowland underneath.
One of the things you just enjoy about any wrestlers when you can hear when they say they have improved. And Verkleeren was clear, as you said, Sean, that he's gotten better at top. That's one of his, and this is a cadet world champion. And they say that I've gotten better as I've gotten older. That's what you want to hear.
Leg in here for Verkleeren. Approaching a minute to go, opening period, 2-0 Virginia. Duke still searching for their first win in these 3 versus 6 matchups today.
So Verkleeren is isolating the left side of the body and looking for an armbar on that side as well. So as he puts the leg in, he twists the body to get to an armbar. And he's got the armbar here. And this is where he's going to use his right foot to elevate. You see that right foot that's pushed on the mat? He's using that to push off to get the back points. In college wrestling, as we all know, it's a 45-degree angle, not 90 degree as it is in freestyle. And Greco, that's your world, Sean.
No upper body tie-ups in this one, though. It's been Verkleeren in the world of freestyle and Greco, operating from parterre here and just doing a heck of a job. Going to have over 2 minutes of riding time. No turns, so if there's a victory for Rowland underneath, he avoided giving up further damage, but still in some trouble.
You know, what's interesting is that when coaches have 2 wrestlers on both mats, you saw Coach Garland jump up, and I'm looking, nothing's happened. He's getting set for bottom, but he's looking at mat 1 to see Marlon Yarborough.
The ability to adapt on the fly is required for the month of March for these wrestling coaches. Multiple guys out on the mats at the same time. Tough to dial in with that tunnel vision on one. Quick escape, 3-0 Verkleeren out in front.
Almost got to feel good because in their last match, it was a turn fest by Verkleeren, and he's obviously been coached well at Duke to know what to look for Verkleeren. Now Verkleeren needs to score more from his offense, meaning neutral position. But Rowland is competing much harder and smarter this time around.
In a Duke lineup that features a lot of new faces, again, they have went through a lot of injuries as Verkleeren, nice work on the edge, able to keep the toes in and get the takedown, a 5-0 lead. Patrick Rowland is one of the familiar faces in the Duke lineup today, a 3-year starter. Not liking this exchange, though, Rock.
What was happening is that as Verkleeren was pushing him out, Rowland put his heels in, and when he put his heels in, Verkleeren went to a double.
This is a new weight for Rowland as well. Much like Adrian, he decided to bump up. Last 2 years at 141. First year, his first go around at 149, which was actually the weight he arrived at Duke in. So he's back to his original weight.
Good job by Rowland to create a scramble. He's got to get some hips a little higher. There's a lot of little intricacies going on right here in this scramble. Potentially dangerous. Somebody's body wasn't looking like it was going in the right direction. Immediately, you see the improvement of Rowland. At this time, when they wrestled before, there was a tech fall win by Verkleeren, and Rowland is wrestling hard.
You know, you look at Duke and Virginia and their student athletes oftentimes juggling multiple facets of their lives, especially with the educational aspect. Rowland spent this past summer working on a Nike internship on the West Coast. He grew up in California, Woodland Hills product. Tough state to wrestle in high school because you don't have individual classes. It is one group that competes for a state title. Rowland found his way to Durham from the West Coast. And
I really do like the one state champion. You know, it's something that I'm a fan of. Or if they have multiple state champions, have a little tournament the week afterwards to see who's the real state champion. You have 4 state champs, have semifinals to see who's the real champ.
We talked to a lot of athletes this week. Help remind me, who was the athlete that was not a fan of the multiple classes in Georgia? Remember they?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
On how there's a ton of classes in the state of Georgia. That's right.
Gavin King was embarrassed that there's 6. And that's not any shade to Georgia, but Georgia wrestler said it. He doesn't like it. He's like, I'm one of 6 state champs.
Verkleeren continues with the ride here. 3 minutes of riding time and then some. In control, 5-1.
I can't express enough. You see the improvement of Patrick Rowland. He's learned from his match. Yeah, that's a good call because Verkleeren just ran Rowland off. Really good call there. There was no argument from Virginia because he just pushed him off. Good stall call by Mike Burns, the official.
Verkleeren has really found a home in Charlottesville. You could hear it in his tone when we were discussing the move from Penn State and the decision he made to wrestle for Coach Steve Garland in Virginia. And he talked about the instant chemistry he had with Coach Garland upon arrival. Keep in mind, this is a wrestler that was part of 2 national championship team trophies while at Penn State. He was an NCAA qualifier in 2020, so he has never wrestled a match at nationals. As we all know, unfortunately, the 2020 edition up in Minneapolis got scrapped because of COVID. So he is really hungry. He wants an opportunity to wrestle for a national championship and a weight class here at 149 in the ACC that will send 3. So he has a lot on the line today.
While it's going to be a controlled win by Verkleeren, I'm impressed with the improvement of Patrick Rowland, and from losing by a tech fall to keeping to a 6-2 decision.
Solid win for Verkleeren, who appears to be peaking at the right time for the Cavaliers. Over 4 minutes of riding time, Virginia